We may just think of honey as a food, but its medicinal and nutritional health benefits are just as impressive and have been known about for years.
Honey was credited with curing eye disease, gout. It could cure stomach ailments. You could spread it on your head if you were bald, and it would supposedly make your hair regrow, which probably didn't work, we assume.
Don't care even if I blow my top. Honey, honey, please don't stop. I like my honey. Yes, it's nice. And it's nutritious, you know.
I have it about 5 times a day because I sing and it's good for your voice.
I mean, when I have a flu, I can use honey and lemon together with tea or coffee.
I like to have my honey with hot milk when I've got a cold because it's nice on the throat.
I put a little honey in lemon juice and rum. And that helps if you have a cold. Up to the other day, I had a cold and that's what I do. You mix it with it and it's delicious. Whatever you fancy does you good. And honey will do you a lot of good.
But is it all just an old wives' tale?
What's wrong about an old wives' tale? It has some effects which are antibacterial, has anti-inflammatory effects, and in the end it has a soothing effect.
If you take honey mixed in a drink with some lemon juice, it's great for relieving a sore throat because it's very soothing. It actually coats the linings of your throat and makes you feel a lot better.
And there are even more impressive claims for the healing properties of honey.
Honey has been used for thousands of years in the treatment of wounds, that it seems to be able to clear infection. The second thing is that even if you don't have an infected wound, sometimes adding honey can promote healing. It stimulates the healing process.
Because of honey's high sugar and low water content, it can draw the water out of bacteria that cause infection. They shrivel up and die.
Have you ever seen fungal growth on your honey jar? But you see it on your marmalade or jam.
Bees make honey to feed the members of the hive, so it makes sense that they would make a product that wouldn't spoil very readily.
The NHS have been using sterilised honey dressings for burns, ulcers and sores for 3 years. And in the future, we could be using honey to tackle one of our hospital's most serious problems.
I've been working with one particular honey, Manuka honey, for some years. What we've been able to show is that even very dilute suspensions of honey will inhibit antibiotic-resistant bacteria such as MRSA.
You can't just use supermarket honey, though. It needs to have been specially sterilised for these medical treatments. And honey shouldn't be given to babies and toddlers. Their immune systems aren't well enough developed to filter out honey's natural microbes that are harmless to adults. Honey may have some remarkable medicinal properties, but it's largely still viewed as a food. We know that eating too many sweet things can lead to serious health problems, but honey has a big advantage over its younger rival.
Well, honey is sweeter than sugar because of its fructose content. Fructose is naturally sweeter compared to sucrose, which is what you find in sugar. If you're using it in cooking, you can get away with using less, roughly 25% less.
The body also breaks down honey differently from processed sugar.
Sugars in honey are broken down over a longer period of time compared to regular sugar because the fructose is taken to the liver where it is converted into a glucose-like substance, and then that can be transported around in the bloodstream to the cells. So that process takes quite a long time, which is why it's good for giving you sustained energy.
And that's very useful for those who want to push their bodies to the limit.
And honey's been used by endurance athletes, such as cyclists, where it's helped them to improve their race times. But it's also been used in studies by weight trainers, people working out in the gym, because indeed it does give you that energy that you need to move weights around.
Honey's energy-boosting powers are not entirely newfound. Nearly 30 years ago, the greatest sportsman of them all was ahead of the game. In 1978, a 36-year-old Muhammad Ali was making his comeback fight against Leon Spinks, 14 years his junior. Few gave him a chance.
Muhammad Ali was taking a special potion, and this potion was made up of honey, orange juice and a few other bits and pieces which I'm not sure about.
Well, that was propolis, a natural glue the bees make to mend their hives. Ali outlasted Spinks and became the first man to win the heavyweight championship of the world 3 times.
If it's his honey that's done it to him, whoever produces his honey to be multi-millionaires now, so you've got to get the name and tell us.
Between me and Bodini, my trainer here, we'll be ready.
You think so? We're gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.